In the late 18th century, a small group of colonies on the eastern coast of North America rose up against their British rulers and declared their independence. This event, known as the American Revolution, would change the course of history and pave the way for the creation of the United States of America. The American Revolution was a complex and multifaceted conflict, with many causes and consequences. At its heart, it was a struggle for freedom and self-determination. The colonies had been under British rule for over a century, and many of their inhabitants had grown tired of being taxed and governed without any say in the matter. As the tensions between the colonies and Britain grew, a group of political and intellectual leaders emerged, advocating for independence and the formation of a new nation. Among these were figures like Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Paine, and John Adams. The spark that ignited the revolution was the British government's decision to impose new taxes on the colonies, without their consent. In 1773, a group of colonists in Boston protested this decision by dumping crates of tea into the harbor, in an event known as the Boston Tea Party. The British response to the Boston Tea Party was swift and severe. They imposed even stricter measures on the colonies, leading to further protests and clashes. In 1775, fighting broke out between British and colonial forces at Lexington and Concord, marking the beginning of the Revolutionary War. The Revolutionary War was fought on land and sea, and saw many famous battles and important events. Some of the most significant of these were the capture of Fort Ticonderoga, the Battle of Saratoga, and the Siege of Yorktown. The war also had a profound impact on the lives of ordinary people in the colonies. Many were forced to flee their homes, while others had to fight or provide support to the military effort. Women and African Americans, in particular, played a crucial role in the war effort, despite facing discrimination and prejudice. Despite the challenges and hardships, the colonies were able to persevere and eventually gain their independence. In 1776, the Second Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence, which laid out the colonies' grievances against Britain and declared their right to self-governance. The war continued for several more years, but the turning point came in 1781, with the Siege of Yorktown. This battle saw the British forces surrounded and defeated by a combined force of American and French soldiers, effectively ending the war. In 1783, the Treaty of Paris was signed, officially ending the Revolutionary War and recognizing the colonies as an independent nation. This marked the beginning of a new era for the United States, as it set out to establish itself as a sovereign and democratic nation.